Hey there, good timers, and welcome to another Cooking with Andy vlog. And it's a little cold outside today, so I decided we're going to do another soup. You guys kind of liked that cheeseburger soup we made a couple months back. So today, we're going to be doing a loaded potato soup, except, of course, we can't have potatoes here on keto. So we're doing a loaded cauliflower soup, because I know that all of you love cauliflower. And if you love cauliflower, give me a shout out right now. All right, I don't hear a whole lot of shouting. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started on this. Even if you don't like cauliflower, you're going to after having this soup. All right, and we got the lineup here as always, guys. This is what's going to be going into our soup. We've got, obviously, a whole head of cauliflower there. We've got bacon, and I'm actually only going to use half a package of bacon today, but I'm going to have the leftovers for breakfast here in a few minutes. Then we got a block of cheddar cheese, some chicken broth, garlic, some onion powder, chopped chives, thyme, and parsley. So this is once again going to be a loaded cauliflower soup. So everything you would normally put on a loaded baked potato is going to go into this soup. We're also going to add cream to it, which I forgot to take out, but it's going to be in there a little bit later. So let's go ahead and we're going to start roasting the cauliflower to start with. Got to get it cut up and also get the bacon cooking. So we're going to do a little bit of multitasking here. We're going to cook the bacon while the cauliflower is roasting. But first of all, I want to cut up the cauliflower. Now we're going to roast this cauliflower at about 350 degrees in the oven for about 25-30 minutes or so until it starts to brown up, basically. And we're going to do that because it's going to add a nice richness and nuttiness to the soup. First of all, you got to make sure you wash the cauliflower, so we'll go ahead and get that taken care of. And just a quick rinse of that. And I'm back. All right, I'm going to grab the machete knife that you guys all know and love, just to get this core hollowed out here. Just like that, and then the outer leaves will fall right off. We're going to save this cutting board for later too to chop up our bacon on once our bacon is cooked. And we still haven't got to that core yet, so we're just going to do one of these and right around, and you'll see that core just kind of pops. Whoops. Almost pops right out. There we go. Now the core pops right out. So there's your core. We'll take those couple pieces of cauliflower off there. All right, so now you're just going to take your cauliflower and break it up, put it right onto the sheet pan here with the parchment paper. I like to use parchment paper because I don't have to clean the pan as much, obviously. Once we get all this broken up, we're going to drizzle this with probably a couple of tablespoons of olive oil and stick it right into the oven. All right, as always, I got my trusty cast iron pan here. We got that fired up. And yeah, if I can open the bacon here, we'll get that cooking. Apparently I need a bigger machete. This thing of bacon's putting up a fight. All right, there we go. So bacon is open. So once again, I'm only going to use probably 4 or 5 pieces of this bacon for the actual soup. The rest I'm just going to eat, because who doesn't love to eat bacon, right? Bacon makes literally everything better. Smells great already. So once this is nice and crispy, you're just going to go ahead and dice it up and put it aside to put in the soup later. Looks like that's about all we're going to fit here on the first round. We'll cook up the rest after this one is done. As you can see, we got our plate of bacon cooked up now. It's always very important when you're cooking to always taste your food during the process and after the process, just to make sure it's, you know, kosher to put into your stuff. So here, we're going to make sure this bacon is okay. Oh yeah. That is some good bacon. All right, so just right into the pot with this. And you can use whatever kind of chicken broth you want. We actually had this in our freezer because we've been using this off and on for God knows how long now. So all the broth is in there now, guys. And I said about 3 cups worth of broth. You may want to end up using a little bit more or a little bit less. Depends on the size of your cauliflower and how much cauliflower soup you want to make. But we're going to add cream to this also as well later. So we're going to have plenty of liquids in there, plus all the water that's going to come out of that cauliflower. So normally I would put fresh sauteed onions in there, but dummy me forgot to buy some. So what we got here today is dried minced onion, and basically a tablespoon of this equals 1/3 of an onion. So we're going to add probably 3 or 4 tablespoons to this. And don't worry, guys, at one point in its life, these minced onions were actually fresh, so they are just dried. So don't be alarmed there. Also, you can use onion powder if you don't have any dried minced onions. And that's just going to boil up in the broth with the cauliflower as soon as we add the cauliflower, and that should be done here in just a minute. Besides the onions, we're also going to add a couple of, probably about a tablespoon's worth of garlic there. Right into there. Then we're also going to add some thyme. If you have fresh thyme, you can go ahead and use that. But once again, I didn't go to the store here recently, so I don't have anything fresh really today, I guess. So we're going to add about a teaspoon of regular dried thyme here right out of the glass jar. And also, later on, we'll add the parsley flakes and also some chopped chives. I'm not going to do that until halfway through probably, though, because I'm going to actually puree this with the cauliflower in it later on to get it to thicken up. And after we puree it is when we're going to add the chives and parsley. All right, guys, as you can see, the cauliflower has browned up here a bit. You don't have to go too crazy on the browning of it. It is going to soften up also in the soup, but you want to basically roast it just to add a little more dimension flavor to the soup. It's going to bring out that cauliflower flavor quite a bit by roasting them. So we're going to go ahead and add this to the soup, which is over here boiling now. So it's a perfect time to add the cauliflower. So we got the perfect ratio of broth to cauliflower here, guys. But if for some reason you add your cauliflower and you don't think there's going to be enough broth there to boil it in, then go ahead and just add some more broth. You could even add a little bit of water, or even white wine would be great in this as well if you want to do that. They left out the wine today specifically just to keep it kind of more keto. Obviously, white wine has some sweetness to it, which means it has carbs. If it tastes sweet, it's definitely got carbs in it. So we left that out today, but you can certainly add that. But yeah, there we go. So we're going to let this boil here for probably about an hour, and then we're going to actually puree it up with the handheld blender we got, and then add some more seasonings to it. All right, so we are about an hour or so later here, and as you can see, the cauliflower has cooked down quite a bit, as well as the broth, so we are going to go ahead and blend this up now. And this is pretty much how you're going to thicken this. So we're not going to use any thickener. We're just going to count on the cream, the cauliflower, and the cheese later on to thicken this all for us. And you can puree this as much as you like. You can either make it really, really smooth, or you can actually leave a few chunks in it. I'm going to go a little bit right in the middle today. We're going to leave a few chunks just so we get a little bit of almost that baked potato consistency that we're looking for. So, all right, we will go ahead and blend this together here. All right, guys, we are all done blending that now. As you can see, it's smoothed right out here. Not too many chunks in there, just a couple for consistency. And of course, as always, for the cheese here, we've got the freshly shredded Cabot cheddar, which you guys know is my favorite, right from Vermont. And as you guys add this, you want to add it a little bit of it at a time so it has a chance to melt in there. So we're just going to add that much right now and stir it in. Then we'll just add the rest of it here. All right, so once that has a chance to melt, we're going to go ahead and add some heavy cream to this next. So if you're wondering, guys, that was about 2 cups of cheese. We're now going to do about another 2 cups of heavy cream here to go with it. Stir that in here a little bit. And add the rest. Got to make sure I get more of this tomorrow so I can have my morning chai. That's a staple in my morning routine here at Heavy Cream. And that is the last of it we have in the fridge. So, all right, a big old couple pieces of cauliflower there I just saw. Might have to blend that a little bit more to break those down. But all right, now's a good time to add the chives as well. So let me grab those here. Once again, the chives are kind of a to-taste thing, so if you like lots of chives in your baked potatoes, or on your baked potatoes, then go ahead and add more. If you like a little less, go ahead and add less. It's your soup. Do whatever you want. That looks about right for now, though, for me. And we're just going to let this simmer here for about another half an hour, guys, and it'll actually be pretty much done. We're just going to add the crispy bacon here at the very end, but yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it here, and we'll come back, let this cook for a little while longer, and show you the final result. So we're going to go ahead and add the bacon now to it, and that'll be the final touch. Just sprinkle that right on in there. And there it is, good timers, the finished product of our baked cauliflower, or loaded baked cauliflower soup, I should say. And all that's left to do is give this a try here, so that's what we're going to do. Now, normally I would have Pickles here to try this for me, but obviously Pickles is at work again today, so we're going to try it for her, and honestly, she's going to enjoy this more later. Soup, as I find, is a lot better after sitting for about a day usually, so she's actually going to have this tonight for dinner, but it's going to develop a lot more of the flavor as the day goes on, so she's really going to enjoy this later, I think. But for now, let's go ahead and give it a try. Make sure we get a little bit of bacon and cauliflower in there as well, and of course the soup part. Yeah, that is excellent, guys. And like I said, I'm sure it's going to develop a lot more flavor as the day goes on, but you can definitely taste the garlic. You can actually taste the onion, even though it wasn't fresh onion. The bacon's got a little bit of crispiness in there as well, and the chives are really showing through. So if you guys love baked potatoes and loaded baked potatoes especially, then you are going to love this. Insider tip, if you've got sour cream in the fridge, throw a dollop of that on right before you have this soup, and it's going to be really amazing as well. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish up this soup while I watch Drew's latest vlog. And actually, Drew just put out his cheeseburger soup vlog, which was a challenge from me. So I'm really looking forward to watching that. If you guys haven't checked out L&D Adventures yet, please do so. They've got a lot of great cooking vlogs as well. And Drew and I quite often will cook the same thing, but I'll cook the keto version of his recipe. So that's been a lot of fun. And yeah, go ahead and check out him also, guys, after you check out this cauliflower soup recipe and vlog. Appreciate you guys watching. And as always, have a good time, and we'll see you later.